My journey took an unexpected turn when I was abruptly fired by my boss's son, Chris, without warning. The next day, the CEO was baffled by his decision and questioned why I had been let go. Chris was visibly rattled, but instead of admitting his mistake, he doubled down. He gave me an ultimatum: accept a demotion or be terminated. His behavior caught me off guard, especially since I had outperformed him in nearly every aspect of our business. I was scheduled to lead a critical negotiation the following day, a deal that would determine the company's future. Chris, who was the same age as me, couldn't handle my success. He had been sabotaging me behind the scenes, canceling hotel reservations for key meetings and causing delays. I suspected that his jealousy was driving these actions, but I hadn't anticipated that it would escalate so dramatically. I'd built a reputation for being meticulous, fluent in 7 languages, and a skilled negotiator. Chris, on the other hand, had no such expertise and relied on undermining others to maintain his position. The morning before the big negotiation, Chris summoned me to his office and made a shocking declaration: "I will handle the negotiation. You're no longer needed." His demand was absurd, considering the importance of the meeting. I was speechless. It wasn't just the negotiation at stake, it was the culmination of months of preparation. Chris's insecurity was now jeopardizing the entire deal. As I walked out, I knew I couldn't stay in a company where my work was constantly undermined by someone's envy. I decided to resign, but I wasn't going to leave quietly. I had discovered Chris's latest sabotage: he hadn't even read the critical details of the negotiation documents. The clients, a top-tier company from the Middle East, required that the discussions be conducted in Arabic, something only I was equipped to handle. Chris assumed that his English proficiency would suffice, completely unaware of this key requirement. Sure enough, just hours before the negotiation, I received a panicked call from Chris. He had realized his mistake and was desperate for my help. His arrogance had finally caught up with him. He had no idea how to proceed and begged me to come in. I couldn't help but laugh. The tables had turned. I reminded him of his decision to fire me and informed him that I was officially on paid leave. Chris continued to plead, but I remained calm. He accused me of not listing all my skills on my resume, calling it fraudulent. I found it ridiculous. Just because I didn't flaunt my multilingual abilities didn't make me deceitful. In the end, I agreed to come to the negotiation, but not for his sake. I wasn't going to let his incompetence ruin the deal for the company. When I arrived at the hotel, I found Chris nervously trying to stall the clients, repeating the only Arabic phrase he had memorized: "Mark will be here soon." It was clear he was out of his depth. I stepped in and immediately took control. Speaking fluently in Arabic, I managed to salvage the meeting, much to the relief of the executives. The negotiation was a success, and I secured the deal. Afterward, I met with David, the executive vice president, who had been supportive throughout this ordeal. He confirmed what I had suspected: Chris had a long history of sabotaging talented employees. Driven by jealousy and insecurity, he targeted anyone who posed a threat to his position. This explained the consistent disruptions my team and I had been facing. Chris's behavior had been tolerated for too long, and now it was finally coming to light. David admitted that the company was in trouble if this continued. Talented employees were being driven out, and the culture of sabotage was taking a toll on morale. I had experienced similar patterns at my previous jobs, where jealousy led to companies' downfall. David knew something had to change, but I had already made my decision. I wasn't going to stay in an environment where my hard work was consistently undermined. Before I left, I handed in my resignation. As I walked out, I felt a sense of closure. I had done my part, secured the deal, and exposed the toxic behavior that had been festering within the company. Chris may have thought he could outshine me, but in the end, it was his own insecurity that led to his downfall.